Hi everyone, my name's Spencer and this is Spencer Trying His Best. And in today's video, we're going to talk about a very important part of the writing process, editing. Now, editing is a crucial part of the writing process. It's where you rewrite, it's where you tweak, it's where you change things, it's where you put your thing down, flip it, and reverse it. Thank you, Missy. Editing is so important, but at the same time, it's not always a lot of fun. Sometimes you've just been writing so much that you want to get into your car and drive it straight into the ocean, and that's understandable. I just finished 2 rounds of edits with my book, with my editor, which means we're moving on to the copy edit phase of the book, another round of editing. And at this point, I have written about 6 different drafts of this book, not to mention all the little minor tweaks and edits I've made along the way. So it has been a lot. And it's not over. There's more editing to go. So today I want to give you guys 3 different tips about how to keep editing when you just want to get in your car and drive into the ocean. Tip number 1 when you're encountering editing fatigue is try writing somewhere new. Now, I love my apartment. I think it's great. But when I'm trying to focus and work, there's so many distractions here. There's video games, and there's toys, and there's a bunch of food, and my wife lives here, and I like hanging out with her most of the time. So when I'm trying to buckle down and get to work, I find a change of setting does wonders. Now, it can be a little difficult to find a new place to write in times like this. We're in this unprecedented pandemic, places are closed, they have weird hours, you have to socially distance, but still it is possible to find a new environment to write in.
For example, I usually like to go to coffee shops to write because I'm a walking cliche, but I can't really do that these days. So during my most recent round of edits, I spent a lot of evenings writing by the lake, setting up shop in a spot like this one and using my skateboard as a makeshift desk. Then afterwards, I would skateboard home, making sure to avoid the skate park near my apartment because the youth that hang out there are very talented and it intimidates me.
Tip number 2, if you are experiencing editing fatigue, it's very simple. It is take time to unplug. Turn off your computer, turn off your phone, and go outside. Believe it or not, there are cool things happening that aren't on the internet.
For example, during my last round of edits, my wife and I were able to get out of the city for a week and go on a road trip through the Midwest, where we saw parts of Iowa, Nebraska, and South Dakota. It was great to get out in nature and do some hiking, and we even got to experience some weird roadside attractions, which are a staple of any good road trip, such as South Dakota's famous Corn Palace and Rapid City's Dinosaur Park. The time away really helped me return to edits refreshed and ready to dive in. Now, obviously not everyone can take a week off, but even just getting away from your electronics for an afternoon while you're staring down a deadline can help you come back feeling ready to go.
Tip number 3, if you are experiencing editing fatigue, is
treat yourself.
Look, you are doing difficult work, all right? It is hard labor. It's not manual labor, but you're going in and you're analyzing every word, you're thinking about every sentence, you're figuring out what your character's motivations are. It's difficult. You're doing work, so you deserve a reward. And you are responsible for setting up a reward system that works for you. Did you just finish tackling a very difficult chapter? Hey, you earned yourself a milkshake. Did you just finish writing like half of your book? Then maybe you earned a sunset helicopter ride over the city. That's probably a little extreme and you probably have a budget that doesn't work for. But figure out a system that works for you. When I was going into the most recent round of edits with my book, there was a video game coming out that I really wanted to play called The Last of Us Part 2. Now, I really wanted to play this game, but I only allowed myself to play this game after I had done some work that evening. Maybe this could work for you too. Maybe murdering zombie-like creatures with like a gun or a hammer or a hatchet or anything like that that's laying around helps you relieve the stress of writing on your book. Maybe that's kind of like a sociopathic tendency, but that's fine. We're all in this together, all right? Whatever helps you write that bestseller. All right, so those are my tips for conquering editing fatigue. If you guys have any other awesome tips, feel free to drop them in the comments because I already beat The Last of Us Part 2, so now I need a new reward system. So whatever tricks you know, I would be happy to hear them. And I'll see you guys next time.